Yeah.
So I started the recording just to
Levels and stuff.
yeah.
Okay. Let me switch these links on my iPad. I don't know what happens if I try to leave the app. Because the links I sent you, I'm trying to pull it up on my iPad because I'm recording from my phone. Actually, can you just send it to my iPad? It's
So,
MFO55 at Hotmail.
what the
Two
code?
links. No, the links I sent you and stuff.
Oh, hold up.
Let me see if I could even text you. I don't know what
What is it?
popped up.
MFA?
I just texted you, hey, I don't know what popped up.
Yeah, MFA55 at hotmail.com.
Oh, technology. Isn't it fascinating? Oh, Lord. How was the gym?
It was regular. I mean, it was honestly, it was just more so that I went just to go, just to keep the consistency up. The workout was just regular. It wasn't as intense as my other ones, but
No.
at least I went.
All right. We see you player from the Himalayas.
We out here, cuz.
I hear that. Listen, the warm weather is putting everybody ass on notice. All right. Shoot,
I'm
that's what
dead.
I talk about at work all day. I'm like, you feel that weather? That's the weather telling you get your ass in formation. I was like, oh, that includes
Bruh.
me, guys. Like,
That's so
all
real.
right.
Alright, so we have to figure out the structure to this. Let me pull up the Google Doc so I can write this down. So
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna be
kind of
just
wanted to
let's
talk
see.
about. Damn, there was something I did want to touch on. Um, I forgot.
I
What
mean,
was that?
I did episode rundown just for the sake of time, I guess. Weekly review, just see a recap of the week. Then I was gonna hop right into trivia, or I don't know.
Yeah, we could do it like that. We'd be like, this week we're giving you guys a different type of episode. You know, it'll be kind of like you've been rocking with us for a minute, and I'm like, damn, I feel like you need to get to know us a little better. And I'm like, oh, actually, we need to get to know each other a little better. So me and Chima are gonna do like a little trivia to see how well we do know each other, and hopefully you guys find that entertaining. You learn a little bit more about us in the process.
There we go. Boom.
Oh,
So you can rock out with the episode.
okay, dude. I've been quick on my feet. Oh, I'm a chameleon. I would have done very well in the jungle. Okay, all right. So, is you ready or not? We're gonna start at 3:30
Let's see here. Let me get
because
this
we got to figure out
trivia.
what trivia we're doing.
Honestly, let me open these links here.
Oh, oh. Oh, I'm doing all this work and you over here just playing, basically.
Let's see here.
Oh, excuse me.
Ew,
Excuse me.
that's
Excuse me.
disgusting.
No, not disgusting. It was really supposed to be super, super loud, but I think God was
And I
leading
hope
me,
Mark.
so made it
I
small.
hope Mark. I hope Mark puts this on because it's recording right now. I hope he puts it on air so people can see how you are.
He's not gonna put that on air because we're gonna tell him where he got started at.
All right, so let us write this. So, geez, 30 questions. We're not going to go through 30.
No, we'll
Actually,
just
a lot of these are not even. These are just like
no. I
cool.
think the other one is a better one.
Let's
The
see here.
131.
130. Jesus.
You just pick whichever question is, so we can go back and forth with the questions. Like you ask a question, I give my response, you kind of give your response, and I pick the next one.
Okay, let's do that then. And he says it's going to be what, a 45-minute episode about?
Yeah, however long we feel like. If we feel like it's running out of time, then
Because
I don't know what you.
I don't know if people are going to sit down for like 45 minutes of trivia for each other. You feel me? Like, if anything, I know I wouldn't like depend. Well, it depends on how invested you are in the people, how much you want to know, or how I guess the
Yeah, that's
vibe
what
of
it is. Yeah. Yeah.
then we could go that way, and especially and it could be 45 minutes if we go off on tangents based on the questions and stuff like that. I can see why I would, but just straight back and forth, I don't think we could go for 45
Yeah, I
minutes just
wouldn't
asking
go straight back
questions.
and forth. I mean, some of the questions you could kind of give a backstory. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Word.
more challenge questions.
Okay, that's cool. Then we can do that then.
So if like 3 items your best friend always carries. So if I'm like, oh, Chima does this, I know he always carries his wallet. I know he be liking to smell good, yada yada, and then I tell a story or vice versa. You know?
Word. We
Okay.
can do that. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let's see here.
But we can still put out the 45-minute. I mean, it doesn't have to be an hour. You feel me?
Yeah. Okay.
And then if we're doing a weekly recap, because I kind of want to talk about Safari. Okay.
Wow. Okay. All right. We can do that then.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. All right. You started off.
All right. I'm gonna start at 15 seconds, so we know when to tell more. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, the Both Sides Podcast. I'm here with my lovely co-host Chima.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your co-host Chima.
Ew,
I was trying to test my white voice out. No?
That was
okay.
so ill. You sounded like a square. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
I was trying to see if I'm good for radio or for like television.
No, your voice is too deep. It's not going to work out.
Wow.
Anyway. Yeah, because you know people with deep voices, like, once they start talking, it's like it'd be mumbling. It'd be like, oh, yeah, you know, and I'm just like, I'm like, what are you saying right now? So I don't think that will work out.
I feel hurt, but okay.
Anyway, you guys, so this week's episode is a little different. You know, we're just having a little fun with this, something light, something to get to know us better, especially if you've been rocking with us thus far. And if you're just starting to listen to us, welcome. You know, we're going to be doing a little kind of like a trivia to see how well me and Chima know each other, as well as you guys to, get to know us better as well.
Word.
So before we even start all that, guys, ladies, and I know when I say ladies, you already know what I'm going to talk about. And it needs to be talked about because, and I know Chima probably try to exclude himself in this conversation. So ladies, I'm talking to y'all. Hey, and some of the fellas. Okay. I was on Twitter and I keep seeing Safari's name. And I'm like, what's Safari do now? You know, I'm not gonna lie. After he broke up with Nicki Minaj and just seeing his personality come through on like Love and Hip Hop and stuff, I've really grown to really like Safari. I mean, I still do think he's corny, but it works for him. You know, I think it's cute. He's corny, but he's a good guy. You could tell. So anyway, so I see him trending. So I'm thinking maybe something to do with Love and Hip Hop. Then I see the word. Let me say the copacetic version, penis, okay, on the timeline. So I'm like, Safari's penis. I was like, what's going on? So then I started doing a little search because I'm just nosy and I just like to see shit. And guys, when I saw Safari's genitalia on my screen, swinging, okay? I was like, whoa, guys, what is going on right now? First of all, I did not expect Safari to be carrying all of that. I mean, granted, he's Jamaican, so you know how that goes. But, and if you don't know, Safari has demonstrated, okay? So I'm just like, wow. It was a lot, you know. Of course, me, I'm like sending it to friends. I'm like, y'all seen this? You know, it made it to our group chat, and they was just like, whoa. I was just like, oh, that makes me very nervous. So, you know, I just needed to, give Safari a little shout out. And he was on the Breakfast Club. I don't know if you saw that interview.
Yeah, actually, I saw it.
Did you happen to even? I don't know. It was on the timeline, so I don't know if it happened to Crazy's timeline.
Yeah, it did. I saw it.
Oh, you did see it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh my.
I mean,
So,
I honestly don't know what to say. I mean, hey, flourish, I guess. I mean, I
uh,
don't know. I see a lot of women on the timeline were making a very they were very intrigued. I'll say that.
guys,
I
the
don't know.
memes were hilarious, I must say.
Yeah, the memes were funny. Like the memes were probably the funniest part of it. I personally just don't know what to say. Um, I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's not really
Uh,
much to say if
exactly
that type of stuff does not intrigue you,
at
because
all.
I know a couple of people were like, "Oh, they're like, you like some of the guys, the other men, like they're like, oh, you watched the video?" And I'm like, well, at this point, I feel like it was just all over the timeline. I think
I
it's
mean,
kind of hard not to see it,
I
but
would say that I had a close friend of mine who I don't want to say this. Okay, I have a friend of mine. I don't want to say um okay.
mm,
I'm not trying to give too much information because if I give too much information, people might know who the person is. So I'll just say that this person didn't have the means to be aware of what was going on, right?
mm-hmm.
But found a way to search up Safari's penis and saw the penis. Okay. That and when I heard that, I was like, so wait, it's not like this was like presented in front of you without your doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You actively searched up what this man's genitalia looked like. That's
Was this another male?
this was another man. Yeah, another man.
Oh,
Uh, I'm just like, okay. And what's so funny is that I've been getting a lot of flack lately, right? And I'm the kind of person who I just do whatever is on my mind, right? So like, if I post, okay, so for example, right, on my Instagram, I posted this group of boys, these these kids, and hold on, what did my caption? My caption was like, quite interesting to see the different kinds of black, right? And it was a
mm-hmm.
group. It was a group of guys on there, and just by the caption, you would see exactly why I posted the pictures because they're like, there's this albino kid, there's this guy with like mad freckles on his face, dark skinned guy, and this other guy with I think it's vitiligo. That's the skin
Mm-hmm.
thing, right? Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like impressive to see like the different shades of black and how black comes. So I posted that. Next, thing I get all these hit ups like, yo, you mad gay? Like, what were you thinking for posting a group of boys on your Instagram? Like, what were you thinking? Blah, blah, blah. And what's so
Really?
funny, bruh, and what's so funny was that no way, shape, or form was I thinking like, oh, these guys are mad attractive, or let me put a group of guys because this, like, I'm thinking of it more than literally what I had posted. Like, it was literally as simple as just, yo, it's mad interesting to see how different we can come, but still be under the umbrella of being black. You know, and the
Mm-hmm.
caption was very interesting. It was not really interesting. It was very straight to the point. Like the reason why I posted the picture is it's right there. So I was getting mad flack. Like, what was your reason behind posting that picture? So I said that exactly what the caption says. Like, no, no, no. What's that? Okay. Um,
Sorry, that
like,
was me doing too much.
wait, okay. But I had said, yo, this is strictly because it was interesting to see the different shades of black. But like, you know, when somebody's trying to fish information out of you that's not there, like they want you to
Mm-hmm.
say something that like they were trying to make me say, oh, it's because I like the boys. The boys will look mad cute. That's why I posted them. But it didn't even have
What?
exactly. And it was like, oh, you mad weird for doing that? I'm like, bro, like what's weird is that you guys are
Who
making
knew
it
all of that could have
like
come
yeah,
from a
what's
picture?
exactly what's weird is that you guys are making a bigger deal than I am because I literally posted I set the caption as to why I was posting that picture, and it was surprising to see one of the main people that were coming at me for posting this picture actively search up this man's penis and try. I'm pretty sure he tried to see what the hype was about, or probably try to compare it to
Mm-hmm.
his or some shit. But I'm like, yo, bro, you mad sus
Mm.
for that though. But hey, flourish. You know, I'm all about you being who you are at the end of the day.
Right. That's weird as hell. And that's when we start getting into the masculinity so
Exactly.
fragile
Like, and
because I wouldn't even be like, oh my God, he's gay for posting this, like, or I wouldn't even think that. But,
bruh,
my mind don't go there. all
Bro,
the
my mind,
time.
like when I say, like you know how some things like when you're just oblivious to certain things, and when somebody brings it to attention, you're like, oh wow, I guess that did exist. Like, no way, shape, or form was I thinking, yo, these guys are mad cute or whatever. Let me post this picture of guys and put up this fake caption as to why I really posted this picture. Like that didn't even cross my
Right.
mind. And what's so funny was like they were like, why couldn't you search up a picture of different melanin girls and post it up instead of the guys? I'm like, first of all, I didn't even actively search for this picture that I posted up. I saw it on my timeline, saw it was interesting, and posted it up on my Instagram. So,
And
but
it's not that deep.
it's
Like it
not,
really is not.
but
Guys,
it's
get a life,
not at
y'all.
all. And it's so, and it's really, that just shows to me, if anything, how much, if I would feel
You
like it,
think about that shit,
exactly. Exactly, right? For you to actively say it's weird and think so much into this picture, what are you really trying to fight? On the
Right.
inside, because I don't know, whatever though. At the end of the day, my
That
point
was
was
weird.
that's Safari picture. I thought it was interesting. I mean, shout out to Safari and his genetics and his parents and whatnot. Hey, he didn't. It's not something that he requested. He was just born with that. So there's really not much to say.
Yo, that thing was swinging, son. I really was like, whoa. I was like, wait, guys, who's the guys? Have you seen this? Because I was like, whoa. But anyway, the memes are hella funny. They were like, I saw the one when they were like, oh, when all of Black Twitter said, Safari's corny, and they had the clip from the Real Housewives of
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta. They're like, who said that? Yo, that shit had me dead. So, I'm shout out to Safari, and I definitely heard his music that he debuted on the Breakfast Club. And I don't know. See, I don't know now that I've seen what I've seen if that helped, create some type of bias. Because I was like, the song is not bad.
No,
I
it
can
definitely
vibe with
added
it.
it added some hype to it added some hype to this. I'm sure he knew exactly what he was doing. He released that in
You
anticipation
think he
for the
released it?
definitely it's definitely a PR move, which is smart on his end because at the end of the day, like if he had a small meat, he would not have posted that picture up or somebody like he knew exactly what he's doing. Either he or he knew somebody who posted that. And the fact that he knew what he was working with, he probably got mad girls complimenting and saying this and that, blah, blah, blah. He posted that up so his name could be trending. And so when he drops the music, people would actually at least listen to it. It's all a PR move and I applaud him for that. Shout out, do what you
Son,
gotta
you
do, man.
think, damn, Nicki Minaj was with that for 12 years? Like, you think?
I mean, you see
Hmm.
why she was there for 12 years.
Yeah, I was about to say, is that why she stayed around so long? Because now they have the clips of, like Nicki Minaj and Safari coming out. And like, Safari is really so fucking corny though. Like, I
I
can't,
mean,
like, it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh because in some way, like, I don't know, like I said, like I've grown to like his personality and stuff.
yeah.
Um, but some of this shit though, I was just like, dog.
I
I
mean,
was looking at him like,
here's the thing. Good dick does extend the contract, so
ooh, oof, oof,
I mean,
oof.
it does. It does extend the contract. It does make you feel like you can withstand whatever storm is there just even longer, or it does put some kind of endurance on there. So,
I don't know, y'all, because a lot of times they say, right, like when they be doing their surveys and shit, and now I don't know if the ladies are lying or whatever, but they say a lot of times they're not orgasm, they don't feel completely satisfied. So when they're saying the good dick is extending the contract, or maybe that's why she stayed around and stuff like that, like, is it really? Because I'm hearing a lot of people are dissatisfied. So who
so
is
okay.
giving the good dick?
Actually, so
Like that's
let me actually ask that. That's another question. I was trying to ask this question earlier, but I didn't know how to kind of phrase it without being. But I don't care. Does does big meat equal good sex?
No. I mean, well, but it depends because if you watch the interview with Safari, right, and
Okay.
he talks about, he was like, sometimes the girls look like they're in pain. Oh my god,
Mm.
that interview really had me dying. I'm sorry. So if you guys haven't seen it, um, watch it. And I watched it because I just really wanted to know what Safari was gonna say about his whole meet on the internet. So when I mean obviously it does a lot more, right? But some people might be painful for them. So I
Does,
don't I
does it
don't know
do a
if that
lot more?
necessarily It can, depending on, who the person is, what they're working with, the whole, what do they say, the motion in the ocean,
I mean,
type thing.
I mean, the only reason I'm asking because obviously I wouldn't be, I'm not on the receiving end. Um, so I wouldn't know, I wouldn't be the
Lord.
best person to answer these questions. So it's more so like, I mean, a woman most likely would probably have a good spectrum, depending on how active you are. You probably have a
You know what?
spectrum.
It depends on how active you are, and maybe sometimes too. Like sometimes maybe woman feels or thinks she's seen a big dick, and then it's like, whoa, actually, I don't think I have because they've been privy to other information. So it really depends. It's a combination of factors. But no, big dick does not always mean good sex because sometimes guys say, "Oh, I got a big dick," and that's all they do. Like that's all they got. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not only that. You gotta please your woman. You gotta make sure she feels good. And they just, sometimes they want to be ramming the shit up there and like whatever else and not trying to, there's no fluidity,
Fluidity.
fluidity.
Yeah, fluidity. Mm-hmm.
Guys, English, not my first language. So, um, like it's a whole lot that goes into sex besides just a big dick. Like, it's like more than sex and just a vagina.
I mean, because
Like it's a vagina, but what makes it different? So it's a
I mean, the
big
thing is
dick,
that,
but what is he doing that
yeah.
makes it different?
I mean, the reason I ask is because I also see like, I mean, obviously on Twitter and social media gassed up a lot of things, right? And you see a lot of women on social media. They usually hear them clowning guys maybe who may not be the biggest, down there and stuff like that. But I've also come to find out that not a lot of girls, right, can also have the ability to take these big members in which they claim to want. There's been,
Did you
I
say
mean,
members, you
yeah,
dog?
I mean, there's this thing with, and I don't know, maybe it's part of that whole social media culture of, wanting the 6'5" guy with, I guess with a 9, 10 inch, 11 inch meat.
They
And,
lying.
and
They lying.
it's like, and that's the thing, like, and it also plays into this culture of guys, which is also, I guess, an insecurity for guys as well, because guys are very, very particular about, and girls know this as well. Guys are very, very particular about their members, right? So they wouldn't.
Mhm.
Girls are so quick to say the first insult after messing up. That's why your dick little anyway, little dick nigga, blah blah blah, and this and that, and and because the main point is that they know that affects.
Oh, that gonna hurt your ego.
Exactly.
You be
That,
like, damn, my dick is small. The other
exactly.
girls think that too. Maybe that's why they ain't rocking with it.
Exactly. And even though that person may have been, yo, you mad good, or hitting up your phone all the time, always trying to find out where you are at 11 o'clock. But as soon as you guys mess up, break up or whatever, is, oh, that's why you dick little anyway, blah blah blah, this and that. So
And put that shit on social media so to
exactly,
alert the host. But
exactly.
you know what,
It's
sis?
fun.
Like, don't even put that up in there because they be like, oh damn, you was dealing with that little dick for a very long time. Just keep it real quiet, Just shh.
I
Like,
mean, but even I don't know. There's so much with it, and growing up, right? You always hear every guy is very, at least growing up, every guy is sensitive about their members, right? They're always trying to compare it to the next person, right? So
But
if
where does that come from? Like, did y'all like randomly, maybe when y'all were 10, but like peeing in the stall and you're like, oh damn, his dick. Like,
no,
have you seen Big Mouth? Have you seen the show
no,
Big Mouth
no,
on Netflix?
mm-mm,
Okay, so I think it's like from the creators of SNL, and I think it's like the first or second episode, whatever.
mm-mm.
It's like an adult show and it's kind of like puberty, right? Like, all them changes. So the guy's hormone monster, like they're at a sleepover and I guess he walks in to the bathroom and sees his friend's penis and realizes his penis is bigger and has more hair. And he's like, oh damn, like what the hell is wrong with my penis? So like, where does that stem from? Like, it's
I
a
mean,
culture, like, cause I don't think anyone comes to you and like, oh, is your dick small? Like, you know what that means for the ladies, or do they? Or when does that
um,
start?
I think it's passed down, right? So it's passed down from hearing it from, at least as a child, from hearing it from older individuals, and I think it just keeps going down like that. And, in a sense where when you're in kindergarten and all that, nobody's talking about dicks. Obviously, when you're in second grade, you're not talking about dicks either. It's when you probably get to like middle school, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and you're finding in a setting where you hear older kids talking and maybe high school and college kids talking and stuff like that, and they're talking about dick sizes. This way, you're talking about pornography, and pornography. Most guys at a young age, you're comparing one how you have sex to porn stars. You know, you're also comparing yourself to, in this case, the elite, right? So you know
Mm-hmm.
how like basketball stars are like the maybe the 1%, or football players are like the 1%, are like the most physically gifted athletes in the world, right? Or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Porn stars pretty much are like the, I won't say the 1%, but more so like the bigger members in society, where they come out with these
Mm.
huge things. So because you're so you're trying to, you're watching porn obviously as a means to trying to learn different things, maybe get arousal and things like that. So there's no way to kind of block out the sight of another man's meat. You're gonna compare, especially the guy, you're gonna compare that to that other person, because you're gonna want to feel like, yo, if this is this person more of a man because he has a bigger meat than me, or a girl's gonna want him more and stuff like that. So there's that insecurity that comes with it. Um,
Mm.
Even though,
Mm.
which is weird, because it's not something you can control. There's no well, I don't think there's surgery that can even make it bigger. I think they can extend it a bit, but it's still not as great.
Son, imagine if you could get surgery for your dick, like girls be getting the BBLs now.
Yeah,
Son, oh my goodness, niggas would be out here with 11-inch dicks messing up cervixes and
yeah.
shit. Just oh my god, just fucking up the whole female anatomy.
If
Imagine if you could get surgery on your. Oh my goodness, y'all.
if
Like I
if you
hope my son.
if you could, it would be honestly the doctors that perform that. A lot of people. Maybe, let me. A lot of people that probably would go into medicine for money would probably go into that, more so cosmetic surgery. It's cosmetic surgery, right? Yeah, and they would definitely try to increase that and stuff like that, because most guys are very insecure about that. But it's weird because we put so much emphasis, and a lot of women do, and guys, we put so much emphasis on things that we have no control over. Like I
Man,
wasn't.
that sounds like a little dick nigga talking. They were like, "Oh my god, why we put so
No,
much emphasis on the
no, it's
penis?"
not. But it's
You were
not.
like,
It's, but no, here's the thing, right? It's funny because, um, women, like, for example, I can't shame a woman for having small titties, right? I can't shame a woman for having a small ass, because she didn't. It's not like she had a choice over that, right? It's based on genetics. It's based on her parents. It's based on diet. There's so many things that it's so based on, and she can't do anything. The most she can do is maybe do squats for like forever, but there's only but so much it can grow. And although we do shame women for it, there's no reason why we should. And that's why I really did try to cut back on body shaming, because there's really not much a person can do towards that. And
Yo,
plus,
Chima was a big body shamer. He was like, yo, her ass ain't fat next. Oh, her titties small next.
but
Oh, Chima literally be like, wow, she is so flat. She has no body.
man, listen, it's all
Yo, and
about
that was
growth.
Chima.
Growth.
All right.
It's all about
Let me
growth.
remind you where you came from, though.
Exactly.
You be like, ooh, she got a flat booty. I'm
And,
like,
and
damn,
trust me, like,
Chima.
I was really wrong for that, but now it's like, now I'm at the point where I'm like, like, at the end of the day, she's bad regardless. Like, if you cute, you're cute. I mean, you can't help your ass not growing or what. Like, you can't. Um, and same thing with a
Mm.
guy. Like, a guy can't control how much. I mean, the most you could do as a guy is try to eat a healthy, have a healthy diet, drink as much water so you can increase the blood flow down there. Because technically, what makes it bigger is the amount of blood that's going down there. So the more blood that's actually going down to your meat, the bigger it appears and the bigger it actually is. If you're
So, are you saying everyone who's like eating plant-based diets, their dick is gonna magically grow
no, no,
um
no.
a
So
few
if
more inches?
it's going to definitely be fuller. Definitely is. That's a fact. It's gonna be fuller. It may not necessarily like I'll say this. It's if you're living a life where maybe like you smoke a lot, like tobacco, you're not eating a healthy lifestyle, you're not drinking as much water, you're probably not at your maximum potential. Not saying that you're gonna grow any bigger, but you're not probably hitting the full potential as to what it is. You get what I'm saying? So if your full potential is like 6 inches, right? And you're smoking, you're doing all these things, but you're only hitting when you're hard like a good 5.5 or 5.7, right? But then when you have this healthy lifestyle, you start working out more, eating better, stop smoking, drink a lot of water, and there's not blood flow there, and you get to that 6 inches. It doesn't mean that your dick necessarily grew bigger. It just meant that you just hit your full potential. You get what I'm saying?
Damn, yeah. I wonder how many people are not reaching their full potential.
I don't know. I mean, and they like that's why even like all these like if you go to like the gas station, they have all these like male enhancement things and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, have you ever tried one?
No. All it's doing
You said hella fast. My bad.
Like I have not.
Chima don't need that shit.
I mean, listen. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I don't want to take that because I don't know. Well, I know what it's doing to you, but all it's really doing is just increasing blood flow there. That's really all it's doing. It's not making you necessarily bigger. It's just adding more blood down there. So, yeah.
That is so funny.
But yeah, there's so much effort. I mean, even though guys, it's supposed to be like a trivia episode with your best friend and stuff like that. I mean, Safari got us talking about this, so hey, got wrong with it.
Right. We rolling with it. We just honestly, because this was going to be kind of like a Alex episode anyway, and I just had to talk. I had to talk about it because I just it got the girls going, and I mean, just like, well, let me see what our listeners think.
Here's the thing, right? Because I've also, like, as a guy, right? Because there's this obsession with penis and sex and stuff like that. I've done research when I was younger, like a lot of research on just like dicks in general, trying to know my dick.
I'm dead. Like when I have sex, what is the penis supposed to do? Like, and where is it going? Were you researching that?
Nah, research porn. I mean, you research. I think most guys have always researched, like. Okay, so
you watch porn. Is that your research?
No, I've watched porn. I mean, no, that's not my research, but that's just like, I mean, actually, I have done research with porn before, but whatever. That's besides the point. Like, just in general about just dick facts in general, right? Things about, your penis. I'm pretty sure women have figured out, like, try to Google their vaginas, trying to learn about it. Same thing with your dick. I try to learn as much as I can about my dick. So
y'all, because me and you are very like best friends, so I'm just laughing. I'm riding along with it for the entertainment of y'all. Just know my face is like.
I mean, but here it's gosh, what I wanted to say. I lost.
I'm like, Chima was talking about his dick.
I lost my whole train of thought. But okay, I always wonder, right? Okay, no. Actually, I remember my point. Most from what I've seen and what I've heard, what I've read, most women are actually not concerned with how big a dick is, though. That's the crazy part. Like they've done countless surveys on women of all age ranges, all backgrounds, ethnicities, and things like that. Most women are not concerned about the size of the dick. It's more so what the dick can do. And it's funny to me because I feel like the emphasis on size is more so in the Black community. I don't really see or know, like, a lot of white girls from like I said, the research, the things I've done, or even other backgrounds, Asians, Indians, really are concerned with the size. It's really more so a Black thing. And I don't know why that is. I really want to know why that is.
Maybe because, we have the stereotype of having the Mandingo. And you know what? Maybe I do feel actually, maybe other races are concerned because when it comes to like the stereotypes you hear about other races, well, Black men, they're known for having big penises, right? And they're known for like, really satisfying women with those penises. And I think, especially way back in the day, when the white people was doing their dumb shit, right? And, they try to, I think that's how that whole terms of like being hypersexualized with Black people came from, because they're like, oh, well, the women are out here being capricious as hell. The men are out here with their big penises, you know, and I think sometimes that's how they even determine the strength of the man back in the day too. So they try to paint us, you know, as hypersexual beings and really try to use that against us. So I think like in so many ways, you know, a lot of stuff comes down to like that stereotype of Black people having big dicks. So you want to live up to that stereotype because it's kind of like a good one to have,
Yeah.
I guess, you know. And when you compare it to like Asians, when they say they don't really got big dicks, that's so horrible. Like,
I mean, but no, but yeah,
white people, I don't really know. I feel like it's mixed in that area. What stands tried and true, it's like that Black man's gonna come in and like swoop your girl and like, you know what, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
so and sexually satisfy her with his massive penis, you know? So
I think, I mean, because
Black men trying to live up to that. They're like, damn, I want to make sure I'm doing that too.
like,
And maybe that's why it's so prevalent.
I don't know. I've talked to a lot of just girls in general, and just like these are conversations I like to have from time to time, just to see where people's heads are at, and it's real. It's real,
doing a case study.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Like, it's real interesting to see where guys, because at the end of the day, like, I think chemistry is the biggest thing. Most women do want that chemistry with the guy, because if there's no chemistry and the dick is still big or whatever, if you don't know how to use it, or you guys don't really mix, then it doesn't make it, that pleasurable. But either way, so I'm looking at penis sizes by country. This was not supposed to be a penis episode, guys. This was not.
It really wasn't.
It really was not.
I really meant for like the safari thing to be like something I touched on, and we were supposed to keep it cute and fun, and oh my god, and now we're like knee deep.
But it's so. Wow.
We just mad deep into it. So, so what's the penis sizes?
So number one, I'm gonna put like just countries we recognize in like positions. So number one, the rank the Republic of Congo, which is number one, and I've always heard this. They're averaging at 7 inches, 7.06 inches.
Okay.
Ghana is
all right. Where my Congolese people at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ghana is actually number 4 actually on the list at 6.81 inches.
I mean, look at Black Stars. Black Stars. This is what we do. We excel in all areas, even penis size. Let me take my credit from my country.
Let's see. Dirty Behind Haiti is ranking at 6.30 inches.
Chima, you're not right for that. Why you call Haiti dirty? Stop.
I love Haitians. Haitian women are dope. I love Haitian women too. But anyway, Nigeria comes in at a whopping number 37 at 6.10 inches.
See, look,
we can't be great at everything, but
Ghana number 4. I mean, top 5.
Okay. Let's see. Pakistan surprisingly comes in at 6 inches.
I'm mad you said surprisingly. You see this is what I'm talking about.
Asia.
The stereotype.
Yeah, Asia. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. When you consider,
I mean, it's not really a
Asian
stereotype though. These are facts, because I have numbers here to prove, which I'll tell you. These are.
Yes, but when I'm thinking small, I'm thinking smaller than.
Here's the thing.
6 inches.
Okay.
Like. I like, but it depends. Everybody is different for them. Some people be like, oh, well, that's kind of okay for me. Some people is like, that's super small. Some people are like, damn, I want 8 and above.
Hey, shout out to everybody, man. But I think the reason why Pakistan is number 42 at 6 inches is because they're a little darker, so they have like the black in them. Just saying. But to continue, let's see. The U.S.
You said what was Ghana again? Ghana was 6.
Number 4 at 6.81, I believe. Yeah, 6.81. USA is at 5.08. And honestly, the last.
You know why? It's all them processed foods.
Yeah.
It's all them
that
Shake Shacks.
I think so too as well.
5 Guys.
Yep. Let's see here. So from like 102 to 116 are literally all Asian countries. literally. So
Oh my.
at 100
Oh my.
at the top of the list at 102, you're looking at Singapore, which 4.54 inches. And I'm
Oh,
yeah. So I
Hi, T. Larry.
yeah, they're doing their thing there. I mean, the guy with a 4.54 inches is probably like, yeah, dog, we out here. I'm swinging. Um,
Oh my.
and then we have the bottom of the list with South Korea at 3.80 inches. That is very interesting.
I actually had to clear my throat, guys, but then it just coincided with the measurements. So I just all encompassing. Just wow. Just wow. I mean, but like you said, it's not their fault. There's not anything that they control. And you know what? Asians have a relatively healthy diet. So what's really the truth?
That's
You know?
I don't know, maybe genetics. I don't know what it is. Maybe something that from that area, that region, the air. I don't know, man. Communism. I don't know what causes all
Yes,
this.
What? What? Is South Korea a communist country? No.
But I mean, they're tied to North Korea, so it might as well be.
Oh,
I don't know if North Korea is communist either.
North Korea is communist. Hello?
Oh, are they? Okay.
It's North Korea, China, Cuba.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what else. I think one of the other Asian countries too, not Singapore, but one of them, I think is also communist.
Well, shout out to them. But either way though, the reason what was I gonna say?
That's a wild stat. It's wild. Well, you know what? And again, it's not even relative to those countries. You know, people out in the Congo, you know, number one might have a small 3-inch, whatever. But either way, as long as y'all doing what y'all gotta do, that is not my portion. I'm gonna just mind my business on that one. All I'm saying is that I think a lot of people, just because you got a big dick, you actually gotta know what you're doing. But the word dick sounds so harsh now that I'm saying it for like people to actually listen. I'm like, damn, let me like try to be a little more demure. But because you have a big penis, you gotta be able to work it too. It's not enough to just be shoving it up some girls, vagina.
So let me ask you this.
You gotta move.
Let me ask you this. If you say you met,
no, I feel like I'm not about to like your question.
let me ask you this. So say you've met this guy, found out that everything you need in terms of him being sweet, caring, gentleman, great job, everything, and finally after this day you take him back home and you find out that he has a North Korean size jank. Are you?
It's South Korea, was it not?
I mean, they're both the same. South Korea and North Korea 3.80.
Oh fuck! Oh my!
So what are you? What's happening? Like, what's running through your mind?
I mean, I would be lying if I said I wouldn't be a little shocked.
You'd be shocked?
I would be lying. That I'd be shocked that like it depends on the physique, because there's a type of certain physique I'm drawn to. Okay. So I'm just saying.
Okay, so he meets that physique too.
It's just yo, your laugh is mad annoying right now, dog. I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna lie and say that I won't be surprised. Shockingly surprised. But honestly, we're just gonna have to deal with that when it comes, because I just don't know. And the thing is, too, most times my mouth is smart. I do make little comments and stuff like that. I don't know if I'll do that in that case, because I just really feel like it would be an ego crusher. And I'm sure the man knows his penis is small. It's like, damn, does it have to be another person reminding him? But just know that we're just gonna have to cross that bridge when it gets there. And that's it. I don't know. I mean, sex isn't everything, though, so I can say that
it's not everything, but it's definitely a major thing.
It is. So that's why I said that bridge will have to get crossed.
I mean, but
it's
just for
not
the sake of whatever, are you following through, or are you telling him nah?
I mean, chemistry plays a big part of it
Bro, it's
too.
really
You know?
it's really a yes and no. Are you following through, or are you saying
It's
nah?
not a yes or no, Chima. It's not a yes or
Gloria,
no.
okay, you
I
guys have
think,
listen. All right, listen. No,
chemistry plays
Gloria,
into
Gloria, let me
it.
make this so easy for you. Very easy. Everything else works. Everything else hits the box for you. Every single thing else. But this is what you're faced with. Yes or no?
God, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, I might. Lord, I was gonna say I might write it out, but what am I writing? The 3-inch
You got
penis.
grind on it.
Yeah, what am I writing on? What am I writing on? Let me see. Just know that it's something that we could definitely probably work on. I don't
How will you
know
work on that? It's not
how
growing.
long. I don't know. I don't know. See,
I'm
Chima.
just wondering. This is.
I don't know.
I mean, this is something that can definitely happen in life, and maybe not that, maybe not that small, but like, yeah. I don't know. Just a question though, ladies. I'm curious.
Yeah. Honestly, you could. I feel like you can make it. You can work with it. Um, yeah.
Okay.
Final answer.
All right. No worries.
It's hard. Wow, and some people that's an absolute no.
Yeah. Some people. Yeah.
But when you say all the boxes are checked, I'm assuming my boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Literally my boxes are checked. But is he
But
gonna check the box with the three?
nope. You ain't.
Let me just
The box not gonna be checked. Double entendre.
the the box ain't gonna be. I'm
I
dead.
think,
I'm really so
I think we found a name
irritated.
for the podcast. The box ain't gonna be checked.
The box ain't gonna be checked. What the? Damn, but you're coming from the other side as well. As a man, honestly, to answer this question would have to be like, I don't know, it's hard, but I feel like, do men are men aware of their penis size? Because like, do you think like relative to like to yourself, like, do you know, wow, my penis is definitely small, or like, oh, I feel like I have an average penis, or like, oh, my shit is definitely big. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
mean, yeah,
do you think guys have that type of self
oh,
awareness?
definitely. That's any guy that tells you that they haven't measured the penis is lying to you. And if he tells you that that's not one person you want to have around you, because if they're willing to lie about that, they're definitely willing to lie about anything else in life.
So how do you measure your penis? You take like a tape
Bro, you
measure?
can take a tape measure, a remote, whatever. Like every guy has done it. Every guy, no, there's no guy on this earth.
What's a remote? What's the standard size of a
Like the
remote?
Comcast
Like,
remote,
what kind of remote are you
like the
using?
old Comcast remote.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how tall it is.
I
I don't know how
guess.
big it is, but a Comcast remote. You could let me see if I could.
But how y'all measuring it? Are you measuring it when it's soft, when it's hard?
No,
Like, there's so
no
many
man is
questions. I've never thought about it.
no man is measuring his
Hmm?
no man is measuring his meat while he's soft. No man ever.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
like why
okay. So
would I?
everything is.
Like
I don't know,
like
because it's like, damn, girl. Right now it's like 4 inches soft, but it's like a
Well,
solid
but
6
who
hard. Like,
cares
I don't
about that?
know.
Nobody
Like,
cares about soft meat. Like when I see you, if I'm sending you dick pics, I'm not sending you soft meat pics. Like if you listen,
son, and Safari said that his thing wasn't even hard. Lord of
it's just
mercy.
no,
I was
so
like,
here's
oh
the thing
wow.
with that, right? When it comes to penis sizes, there are showers and there are growers, right? So Safari in this case could possibly be
Mm-hmm.
a shower where
Shower.
where
Mm-hmm.
even if it does get hard, it doesn't get that much bigger. So it might grow maybe like half an inch, if anything, or just more so
Mm-hmm.
be literally more so hard, like more so just literally harder. But it may not grow. But then you have the growers who are maybe their meat might be very small when they're soft, but like it actually grows like maybe 3 times or 4 times the size when they're actually hard. So far, and it usually happens obviously with bigger men. If you're big when you're soft, it's going to be extremely uncomfortable for you to grow 3 times your size when you're hard and try to have sex. It wouldn't. Scientific naturally just wouldn't work out for you. So, yeah, Safari is most likely a shower than a grower. But yeah. But yeah, back to your question. There's no guy who hasn't measured it. Like, I'm sure even guys, if we're looking at Safari's meat, trying to compare it to say, oh yeah, I'm good, or just to try to make themselves feel better and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, dog,
Yes.
I mean,
I did see something on Twitter. Like a guy was like, "Oh, I mean, girls wilding out over Safari, but
exactly. Then they started doing the Safari challenge.
showing whatever." And I was looking like, "Oh,
yeah," and they started doing Safari challenge and whatnot. And it's just like, I mean, I guess so, but
what the fuck is that?
like they started, like, guys are actually posting their own meat on Twitter. I don't know.
Oh,
ladies,
no, thank you.
Your MCM is doing Safari challenge, yo. Get your MCM. But
wow, no, that is wild. And honestly, can I just, for the record, I honestly, especially, I'm not really into like dick pics, especially unsolicited ones. Like, I'm looking at your penis on the screen. I mean, it literally is doing nothing for me. There's nothing like, I'm like, oh my God, I want it in my mouth. Like nothing. I'm just like, oh, there's a penis on my screen. You know, some girls, they love that shit. I don't like it. I'm not into it. It doesn't really do. It doesn't
some girl
really
actually
do much
told
for
me, somebody told me this week that they're not even into it because obviously, like I said, penis is not that cute or whatever. It's not attractive to be sending that. Like a lot of girls, I guess, prefer like shirtless pics and like me if you're dressed up in a suit and stuff like that. Those are like the nudes,
Ooh,
the nudes that guys want to see.
Now that's a something.
Exactly, those are the nudes that guys want to see.
Yes,
girls want to see. Excuse me.
Yes, that's what. Oh my Lord, yes. You know something real that is going to do more for me than seeing your dick on the screen. I would literally be like, ew. Like, I'm like, why are you sending me this? But if you're doing something else, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely doing a lot more.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's I don't know, when it comes to penis, for guys, it's a very sensitive topic. And it's so for most guys that do have like bigger meat, you definitely see them more confidence in it because there's this I guess equivalency to you being a man if you have a bigger meat, you know, or being more of a man in a sense. So it's something. It's very interesting. Right. It's very interesting to see, and I come at it from a very, I guess, psychological standpoint, just to see the way men think, and when you compare it to a member. So that's why you usually see maybe men with maybe smaller meats, they might want to get more money or drive bigger trucks and stuff like do something that's a little more macho. Just
so they're trying to
compensate for it, and it's really really interesting actually when you sit down and think about the dynamics of penis to how men act and how women
how a man measures himself.
It's very interesting.
I mean, yeah, because like you said, you know, sex is a big part of, you know, life. Relationships or whatever else, you know, honestly, you can say a lot of things in some form or fashion kind of can go back to sex, you know? So I feel like you said, some people overcompensating because they feel like they're lacking in, you know, the penis area. You know, 'cause like maybe some people too, like, do you think, or maybe sometimes maybe you got small penis and he feel like dogging girls out because at the end of the day, they can't really hold nothing on the person because it's like, well, I kind of did you dirty. Is that a thing? I'm sure that's...
Say that one more time.
Somewhere. Like, so like a guy has a small penis, right? And so, you know, girls or women or whoever, even other men could be like, oh, you know, that little dick ass nigga, you know, and that's hurtful. So instead of trying to get hurt by like, no, him having a small penis, he probably like dog out people instead, like, you know, like do them dirty, whatever. So it's like, you can't have that over me because I did you dirty anyway. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you think people do that?
I don't think so. I mean, I think if anything, you become more of a recluse. you wouldn't want to, if somebody, like if a girl, if you had a bad experience with a girl where she's probably come at your meat before, you're going to be very subconscious about that. And if anything, you may not want to even have sex, period, with people because you will feel that, um, that's what they'll be focusing on just because of the negative aspects of it. So, on instead of you, unlike where if a guy gets cheated on and has a heartbreak, he goes around, starts dogging women and starts having mad sex with women. When it comes down to, I think, penis size, just for me thinking about in the psychology of the way things work, I could be wrong. I would think that he probably wouldn't want to have sex with anybody else just because of that one bad experience he's had with a person. You know, yeah, it's
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know. That's interesting. It's like, damn, how can I even test my theory? Find men with small
I mean,
penises to see how they react with women? Like, like how does that
I
even
don't think you can.
work? Because I think like many things, like, how some people is like, oh, like you said, like if they got cheated on, then they start
Mm-hmm.
dogging women out. Or if, even like when you were younger, some girls, like if they felt like you had something over them, like your hair was longer, whatever insecurity they were dealing with, then they'd be mean as fuck
Yeah.
and like
Mm-hmm.
bullies because, whatever. That's what I'm saying. Like, is it like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna be a straight asshole because at the end of the day, you're not about to use that
I don't
against
think
me,
so. I don't know.
you know?
I don't know. I think that I don't know if at the end of the day, everybody just like this whole, the conversation where you have like where people say my woman should cook, blah blah blah. But then we say everybody should learn how to cook regardless. This almost the same thing. Regardless of what kind of meat you have, what you want to do is make sure that you're the best at giving what kind of sex you can and providing, make sure that you can please the person you're with at the end of the day. That's what really matters. If you have a smaller member, you may want to make sure that you're better in other departments. Making sure.
Oh, they're probably eating that box like
I
it's
mean, that
nobody's
that or
business.
that or
Okay.
you can make sure maybe you do research to see what positions work for you. Using pillows, getting different
I'm mad
positions.
you're really looking at this as some like infomercial. If your
I
penis
mean,
is
no,
small,
like,
please do the research to see what
no,
positions
because
work for
I don't know.
you.
There's certain things I'm just intrigued about, and I think sex in general, as a whole, is something like I do research on women too, just to see exactly, um, how sex relates to women and things like that. So obviously, as a man, you always want to do the same because I want to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do, in all departments. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to make sure.
Man, yeah, I really think it's a combination of things,
Yeah,
like you
like.
said. And sorry to cut you off. It's like, it's the
Hmm.
chemistry. It's like how they rocking with it. Maybe your box is unchecked in one area, but maybe he checking off the
Exactly.
box
And
with
so
the mouth.
and maybe
Okay, ladies,
and
like,
maybe he
hey.
needs to also like know your box, like know the schematics of your box because every box is different, right? So honestly, that's why I don't really judge people off like the first encounter. So if your box is kind of weak the first time, I don't judge you based off that because it's like it could be nerves that are playing, you being subconscious, us not getting comfortable with each other.
I'm really dead.
Seriously. So if you have a guy with a small,
Are guys giving out prime penis the first time
I
around?
don't. I highly doubt it.
Like,
I don't think. I mean, I think
mhm.
there's a lot that comes with knowing the person that you're having sex with, right? So that's why I think personally, I don't think casual sex even works well with me. I like to know the person that if I was to do anything with, I like to know you as a person. I actually want to like, have conversations. I can't do one night stands. It doesn't work for me. And I don't think I would give my best effort because I will be using what I used on the last person to kind of use on you, which doesn't necessarily work in most cases because obviously everybody's different, so
Right, you gotta get to know
exactly. You
your
gotta know to
partner.
get to know your partner. You need to like know what the person likes and stuff. So I actually enjoy having conversations about it to make sure like, yo, do you like this? Do you like that? What's going on? And it comes up casually. And so when you do it, over time it gets better, hopefully. You know. But if you're one of those people
Hmm.
who's just good at digging around, hey, my guy, props to you, bro. You're talented.
You said if you're a guy
That's good
that
at digging
what?
her out the first time. Yeah,
Mm,
but it's
mm. I mean, I think like again, chemistry plays
Yeah.
a lot into that too. You know what I'm saying? Because if the chemistry is wild off the top, then your first time experience will probably be pretty
Word. Hmm.
good.
I mean, so I didn't.
I mean, but what do I know? I'm a
Right.
virgin. All this I'm experiencing, we're talking about is just pretty much based on
For what you
other
heard.
people's
Right.
experiences that they have
Right.
disclosed
Actually,
with me.
before you say
So why are you saying
either
right
way,
for it?
what I do want to pose this question to the people. I don't know if you want to answer. You can answer later, but what's the smallest and what's the biggest that you'd go if you were to if you were about that life, right? If you were about that life, since you're not about it, what's the smallest and what's the biggest you'd go? Just numbers wise, and ladies, I want you to tweet us, at Ask Both Sides. Use the hashtag. It will also Ask Both Sides. What's the smallest and what's the biggest you'd go?
I mean,
Why are you laughing?
I'm just laughing because it's like, what's the smallest and what's the biggest? Like, you do not meet my minimum requirement. Bye. You actually too large. Next, like, the largest. What I can say is that if it's like super big, again, I'm just going
What's
based
super
off
big?
like things that I know. Yeah, that's again a lot of this stuff. Well, not a lot of it, but some stuff are subjective. But if it's too big, sometimes it could be uncomfortable. I could say
Okay,
that much.
but I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
So I
but
don't.
what's I'm curious.
I
Like,
don't know what else to
what's
say.
too like what's
Oh, what is the size?
yeah.
I'm sorry, Chima. I didn't have the tape measure out when a penis is around. I can't tell you what exactly a size is, but I just know. Again, from other things that like sometimes it could be
Okay.
uncomfortable.
Okay, and what's too small?
I could say that. What's so small?
Why are you like you're like a
I
little child,
mean,
yo.
I'm
Just
laughing. What's so small? Because the
just
question is
giggling.
just so silly. Like, well, I'm naturally very giggly, duh. But I just always be laughing. But I'm especially laughing because the question is just so like, what's the smallest you'll go? Like, it's like, whip out that penis. Let me
Wow.
see if that meets my requirements. But honestly, I don't know if I have a specific size in mind. That's why it's kind of hard to answer the question. That's why I'm laughing. I just know what I can and
Well, your
cannot do.
pinky?
That's all I can say for
How
that.
long is your pinky?
Pinky, nobody's penis is that small.
Yes,
Is
there
it?
is. Are you never
But
heard of
my
micro
pinky?
penises? Google it.
Oh, I don't think I want to know what a micro penis looks like. Well, I mean, my pinky is about like 2 inches.
Actually, no, guys, I'm gonna put that in the show
Yes.
notes. Micro penis, which is so.
Please don't.
Micro penis is unusually small penis. A common criterion is dorsal erect penis length of at least 2.5 standard deviations smaller than the mean human penis size, or smaller than about 7 centimeters, which is about 2 3/4 of an inch. So 2 3/4 of an inch. So 2
Damn.
inches.
I'm looking it up. It's rare,
Yeah, it's rare,
though.
but still there. Somebody has that, sadly.
14 women tell what is like having sex with a micro penis, huh? I mean, listen. Either way, I'm just saying that somebody is rocking with it, so it doesn't matter as long as it works for you. Like at the end of the day, everything works for whoever it works for. Some people, they're not even looking at a penis if it's under like 6 inches.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's doing nothing for them. They're not turned on. It's like whatever. Some people, it's kind of like, I can work with this. Chemistry is right. He he got a little motion going. He gives a good what is the politically correct term for oral sex
fellatio?
on a female?
Cunnilingus.
No, on a female.
Cunnilingus.
Is it fellatio? Cunnilingus. I don't know why I even asked for that word because my ass can't pronounce it. So, when they do cunnilingus and stuff, and so like everything works for whoever else. But I really want to know, ladies, like in terms of small penises and stuff, um, have you dealt with them? Are you ashamed to, talk about it? Because sometimes women are a little more liberal in terms of talking about sex with their
Mm-hmm.
partners, with like their female friends and stuff like that. I'm not necessarily that type, or maybe I just do it with a select few. Not really, actually. But um, some women do talk about their sexual
Mm-hmm.
encounters. So if a man has a small penis, like, are you kind of like, wow, girl, I encountered this small ass penis today. Like, let me tell you what I saw today, or is it kind of like you keep it to yourself. You're not really saying much when your girl's like, damn, you finally linked up with so and so. How was it? Was his penis
I think
big or was his dick big? And you're
I
kind of
think
like,
I think I think
girl,
no, I think
it
what
was
would happen in this case was it depends on how the person made you feel. If it's good, but the dick is small, you say, he's not the largest, but yo, he made me nut. Right? That's how you phrase it. Okay, so that is like the focus. The focus is then not on the
Mm,
size, but more so the feeling. But then if the size is small
mm,
and he didn't also make you feel anything good, he'd be like, that little dick nigga, blah blah blah. Then you keep on going like that. So
mm.
but yeah, so it's all
Damn,
it really
damn.
depends on the feeling because depending on how you feel, you can definitely phrase it to be in a way where there wouldn't be so much of a focus. But ladies, I think you all should be careful about how you're describing good penis because women out here are shiesty too. They will fuck you mad. Just saying. Yeah.
Mm,
But
mm,
I don't know.
mm-hmm. That is
We're good like a
definitely
good
there.
hour in about, and we're supposed to do best friends trivia, but we end up talking about dicks the whole episode. So.
I know. How did it get there? It was my fault, y'all. It was my fault. I was fully prepared to even be like, get to know us and, how long we've been friends and what do we know about each other. And then it was like, dick, penis, penis. Like, and I'm like, whoa, I really planned for this to be really touched on. Like, I literally just wanted to touch. Well, not literally
Right.
wanted to
Mm-hmm.
touch, but
Right.
whatever. But I just wanted to talk about, you know, what I have seen. Ladies, I just wanted to get some feedback. How did it make you feel? And certain things does elevate one's status. Cause again, Safari know what he working with. I think that's why he be as corny as he want to be because he
Yeah,
know what he
that's
doing.
very true.
You like, yeah, I could be corny as
Again,
fuck,
it goes back
but
into the confidence.
y'all don't know what I'm
It goes
working
back
with
into the
down here.
confidence, and
Mm-hmm.
also it's also the same thing when you have money. Like, Diddy can be as corny as you want, but Diddy's also worth like 800 mil. So it's like, I mean, does the corniness really matter when they got so much bread? Like, he could pay to be corny. He could pay to be cool. Pretty much goes the same thing with me having a big dick too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, find what works for you. If you're happy, you're happy. If not, tell him what he needs to work on, and if he can't work on, move on. That's all. Yeah.
Damn. But that's a good question. We're gonna have to save that for a later episode. Like, how long are you trying to have someone, work on
Mm-hmm.
something before you're like, it's not working out. It's not there. Like, do you try to stay through? But we're gonna have to
We
save that for
will,
another episode because we have talked
and we
about this stuff
word,
for a while.
and we can save the
And
trivia too.
yes, I'm curious to know your
We
thoughts.
could definitely save the
Hmm?
trivia too because again, we did focus a lot on size and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not focus a lot on.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
the
like
entire
yeah, that was the
episode.
entire episode.
So, I mean, sorry guys, we gave you kind of like an impromptu episode, but hey, let us know
Yeah,
what
I'm
you
dead,
think
yeah.
about this episode, and if you want us to delve into certain things a little more or whatever. Chima trying to keep it copacetic over here, trying to talk about. I'm analyzing this from a
Hey.
psychological lens. Like, nigga, we do not give a fuck about your psychological lens. Niggas want to know what you doing, what
Wow.
you working with, but y'all
Wow,
don't need to know
this episode is,
because he's taking things.
yeah, exactly. Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, this episode is
So I
sponsored by
mean,
Safari. Thank you, Safari, for the sponsoring of the episode.
Right. Seriously. Honestly, I feel like we should send this on to like some Adam and Eve site,
Word.
and see, like, get a little
Exactly,
sponsorship.
right?
Hello, like, hello, we can talk about
Spencer's.
it.
You guys ever been to
I'm hyping it.
Spencer's?
But
You been to
anyway.
Spencer's? Spencer's? Yeah, they had all the
Yeah.
toys there.
Yes, can I tell you? Oh my God. So when I was because there was one in the mall by my
Mm-hmm.
house, right? Growing up. So in high school, I was like, oh my God, I'd never been to Spencer's. So they were like, oh, they like sell
Yep.
sex toys and shit like that in there. And I was like, oh God, do they really? Me, I'm just naturally nosy. I like you saying it to me, I'm gonna
Yep.
need to check it out. It's a bad thing, right? Either way, it's a good and a bad thing. So they're like, oh, check it out, whatever. I'm like, okay. So I go into Spencer and they looking at me like, what your little tiny ass doing in here, young ass. I go with a couple of my friends and I'm just looking at the array of things they
Yep.
have on display. And I'm just like, wow. I was like, oh, this is what they're doing in
That's so funny.
Spencer's.
I always go to I always
there's
just go to
stories, but
Spencer's
we
and
can
just I
get
always
into
go to
that
Spencer's and
later.
just go there and just laugh and just to see the things that are there and whatnot. It's just so funny. But now it's like now eventually I do want I want to have a red room, like a type 50 Shades of Grey type room eventually in my house. But that's for another episode, guys. Yeah,
Oh.
we'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah, put a
Yeah,
pin in that, guys. If you're enjoying this episode, let us
word.
know. We could maybe discuss other things in certain lengths, like Chima's red room.
It's gonna be called the black room though. Oh, not the red room. Yeah.
Uh oh, Chima gonna have sex
Listen,
dreams
it's
and all
about to
that
be
shit
lit,
up in
yeah.
there. All
But
right.